Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Great to see you all again. Hope you're all doing well. This lesson we are going to be looking at Paschendale from the Dance of Death album. Something new. Not looked at anything from this album so far. Great two-handed tapping intro and some real good powerful rock chords in this. If you are a first-time visitor to the site and you like the look of it, don't forget, click on the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified whenever I'm posting any new videos to my channel. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because there's a lot to cover in this lesson. So, you know the score. Don't go away.
Preview.
So let's have a look at the first riff, which is this two-handed tapping riff that was done by Adrian Smith. I'll play it through and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, nice kind of easy song to play. So we are going to start off with a flick down from the 12th fret on the high E string. And then you're going to hammer on to 10 with your, I use my third finger for this, and then tap on 12. So we go, so it's flick down, hammer on 10, and then tap. And then we're going to flick down again to the open string. So we're always flicking from that 12th position down to an open string. And then we go down to 8, and then we tap, flick, 7, tap on 12, flick, to 5, tap on 12, flick, back to 7, and then we hammer on 12. So in slow time. That's the first part. So the next part, again, we flick down with our first finger to the open E, hammer on 7 and tap. So we're using that same motion that we did on the first part. Then we do 5. So the run is going to be down 7, 5, 3, 2. So now the last one, when we've done the 2, we flick open E and then hammer on the 12. And then we repeat. So that is the first part, the two-handed tapping. Now we go to the overdrive and things start to really rock. So let's look at the next section, which is section B. Let me play it through and then I'll break it down. So we are starting off with an E5 power chord. So we're up on the A string on 7th fret and holding down on the D string 9th fret. We play that twice. Then we move down 2 frets to a D5. Move down another 2 frets to a C5. Move down 1 more fret to a B5. So we just, with our first finger, we're going down 7 to 5 to 3 to 2. First part. Then we go to the C5, so we're back on the 3rd fret on the A string, and we're going to go down 1 fret, down to the open A5, and then we move up the first finger, so we're on an E5, so we're on that open E string, and 2 on the E, 2 on the A. That's your riff. From there we go back to the two-handed tapping section and then we're back into another riff very similar to this, which we're going to look at now. So let me play it through, and then again I'll break it down. Now then, we are still playing power chords on these, but we're playing these across the D, the G and the B string. So we start the movement down on 10th fret. So we're playing D10, G12 and B13. And this shape, you're going to keep this shape all the way down. So we start on 10 to 9 to 7 to 5. Then we've got this 5-4-5. Then we go back up to 7, to 5, to 4, to 2. Then we've got this. All I'm doing now, I'm just playing 2, raising the first finger so I'm open, and then back to the 2. Then we go back up and repeat. So that is the riff that is known as section C. So this is section D. Right, so we start off on the 5th fret on the A string. Now this is all going to be on the A string. We're doing a 5 straight to a 7. So it's 5 onto that 7. Then we go back to the 5. So we're getting 1 on the 5, 3 on the 7, and then we go back to the 5 and we do 2 this time. In fact, it's 3. Then we go up to 10, and we play that on the 10. We play that 3 times. Down to the 3 on the A string. Up to the 5. So. All over again. So now let's look at section number E. A little bit easier to play this one. So I'll just play it through and then break it down. Right, very, very simple this one to play. We just start off with an E5, so it's open string and 2 on the A. Then we cross over to the A string to do a C5, which is 3A and 5D. Move down, so we're playing a G5, which is low E, fret, and 5 on the D. Back to the E. Then we go back to the G5, up to a D5 on the A string, which is 5 on the A and 7 on the D. So we get again. So that is section number E. From there it goes back to the section number C. Right, let's look now at section number F. I'll play it through and then again I'll break it down. So we start off with an E5, so we're on 7th fret on the A string and 9 on the D. This all is played across the A string, so it's to 10, to 3, to C5 to a D5, we get B flat, which is on 2 fret, going up to 5 fret to an E. So we're doing B flat, D, E. Then we go back up to this G5, which is on 10th fret on the A string. Down to a C5, we do that twice. Move up 2 frets, we do a D5. Then repeat all over again. So that is section number F, or section F. Now let's go into section G. Very simple section this, I'll just play it through and just quickly break it down for you. Very simple, that one. Start off, we're playing 1 downstroke per bar, just let it ring out. So we start off with an A chord, so I'm just playing open A string and then 2 and 2 on the D and G. Then we move up to a B5, so we're on 2 on the A, 4, 4, D and G. Move up 1 fret to a C5. Move up 2 frets to a D5, so we're on 5 on the A, 7, 7, D and G. And then you repeat that all over again. You do that 4 times, and then it goes back into section C again. So section H, little guitar interlude here. I'll just play the line, and then we'll break it down. Okay, relatively easy again on this one. I'm sure you're not going to have no trouble with. You start off on G9, crossing over to B7, to B8, back to the G9. That's your phrasing. And then from there we are going to play 7, going to 8 to 10 on the B. So we go back to 7, so it's 7, 8, 10, 7. Then we move up to 8 on the B, and we're going to play 8 to 10, and then crossing over to 7 on the high E. And then from the 7, we are going to go back to 8 on the B to 10. So that line. And then we go back to 7 on the B, to 8 on the B, finishing back on 9 on the G. And repeat that. That gets played through, I believe it's 8 times through that section. So that is section H. Right, let's get into section I. There's quite a few sections here. A little fun riff, this one to play. I'll play it through, and again, as usual, I'll break it down. Alright, so we start off on the low E string, and we're going to play open 2, 3. Then we cross over to the A string, and we're going to play O2. So we go. That's your first part. Then we're going to 3 on the A to 2 to open. Then back to 3, finishing on 2 on the A. Then there's a little pause. You've got this. You've got a pause in between, and then we're going to play 3, 2, 0 on the A string to 3. So let's get this phrasing. And a little pause, And then we're back on doing this little riff again on the A, which is 0-2-0, 3-2-0 on the E, finishing with a D5, and we repeat all over again. And then repeats that. And that line goes quite a bit. Again, I believe there is 8 times you're going to play that riff. So that is the riff over section I. Now from section I, you go into the guitar solo. Not going to cover the guitar solo in this. It's very, very long guitar solos. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick it up on the other side of the guitar. Coming out of that riff, we go back to section number D and then into section number E. There is another guitar solo. Straight out of the guitar solo, we then go into another section, which is section J. Right, let me go through section J. I'll play through, and of course then I'll break it down. Okay, so we start off on a G sharp 5. So we're going to be first fret on the low E string is on 4, and we're then going to be playing D6, G6, and we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, which is going up to a B5 power chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Then we move down to an F sharp 5 power chord, so we're on 2 on the lower E and 4 and 4 on the A and D, and it's the same phrasing going back to that B7 as well, so it's 1 and 2 and 3. Then we go back and repeat. From there, we go into a solo by adding gears, and coming out of that, we are back into section C again. From section C, we go back to section F, again, which has already been covered. Play through that, and to finish it off, we go back to the two-handed tapping sequence that we looked at right at the beginning, and that takes us to the close of the song. Well, I will be including the tablature to this one, so you can work through each of the sections that I've shown you in this song to get through right to the end, because it is a long piece of music, this one. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If you've got any comments on it, don't hesitate to put them down. I do enjoy reading your comments, and also suggestions for new songs by Iron Maiden and other bands. Just keep them coming. Slowly working through them. I do promise that I will get to them in time. Just awful lot going on, quite busy. Well, I'm going to let you go. So until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Wishing you well. Take care. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.